Hey, welcome back, modelers. So today I've got a very important topic. Are hobby manufacturers kind of screwing you over? Are they giving you the runaround? Are they ripping you off? We're going to look at a couple of different kits that are available on the market today, all around the $30 price tag. One is a superb kit, one is an okay kit, and one close to where I would put it as trash. So we're going to be investigating those and see why is it that I can go to the hobby store and look at three kits right next to each other, all for the same price, but widely different quality. You wouldn't see that at a whole bunch of other stores, so why is this any different?
No, don't like that.
So the first one that we're going to look at is the Revel, and it's going to be the F4E. All these will be the F4E in 1/72 scale. Now with this, as you'll see, not a really easy kit to build. So you have two fuselage halves that you have to put together. You're going to have all sorts of flash going on. Also, to remove the canopy off of the sprue attachment points, not really the easiest thing on it. Some of these kits too in this price range I've seen only have a closed option, so you get into that. But one of the biggest things that I'm surprised hasn't been outlawed yet is raised panel lines. Now, I know that's a controversial subject. Some of you are like, oh, it's not a big deal and all that. Some of you loathe it right there with me. There is some things you can do, and with all this, yes, there are things you can do to make this an easy kit. But when we get into the last kit that I'm putting together, so much better quality, so much less hassle, and so much more enjoyment in the end. So that's what we're going to be investigating with that. So if you go back into scalemates.com, you'll be able to notice that this was produced as a new tool in 1985. So Mr. Wasatch Modeler was just a wee little baby when this was tooled, to give you a little bit of a reference. So very old kit, but what are they doing? Just putting it into a brand new kit, brand new box, making it look new. But is that really a problem? I mean, maybe it's just a basic kit and it'll be good for like somebody that is just getting into the hobby. No. So somebody that is getting into the hobby is going to have a whole lot more challenges putting together the Revel kit versus, we'll get to into the Fine Molds kit as our benchmark that is just released 3 years ago. So are they hurting the hobby? That's what I want to get at. I think they are. So we move to the Hasegawa kit. And the Hasegawa kit was produced in 1990, so 5 years after, and it is a better kit. They did do better after those 5 years. However, you still have to put the two fuselage halves together, so there's going to be a lot of putty and fill on those spines, where you're not going to have to, which we'll show you in the Fine Molds kit. Big issue there. The other thing is like the nose cone. It's all part of that fuselage that you got to put it together in sand. Now, as far as accuracy, whole nother story. I don't have the eyes to be able to look at a blueprint and kind of go, okay, well, yeah, but the Hasegawa is the most accurate when it comes to the shape. I'm not as concerned about that. And I'm hoping new model people into the hobby are not really concerned about that as well. It's more about the enjoyment of putting it together. And that's what we're getting into. So the Hasegawa, we get into recess panel lines. So you get into that there, you see less flash, and you have a little bit of easier to put together canopy where the different parts are on that. So those are there, and they're putting it in as a 2021 kit, but really new boxing and new decals. So I don't want to pick on Revel, even though they are the biggest candidates. If you go to just your basic hobby shop, kind of like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something, you're going to see a lot of these reboxed old kits that have been maybe even 50 years old. A lot of the automotive kits in there are egregious for this. You get into some really, really old AMT kits that were produced probably in the 70s, and they're still popping them out. Now, some of that you kind of just have to do because there's nobody else. Tamiya hasn't produced like a 67 Mustang that I'm aware of, something like that, or a Chevelle or something. If you want to do that subject, that's it. There's not much else you can do. So that's a little bit of a problem as well. So let's take a look at this fine molds kit and show you how superior the brand new kit, the brand new design, and how much easier it is going to be for a brand new modeler or just somebody who wants to enjoy their hobby. So let's take a look at what makes the fine mold kit much more superior. First of all, you don't have to put the kit together into two fuselage halves. You have this slide molded piece with great detail that all you got to do is put this piece on and practically clicks in place. So you don't have to do any filling, sanding, anything for those parts. Pretty ingenious. Now when you get into the wings, yeah, I've already done some work on this, I've already put it together, but I haven't had to do any filling whatsoever. Take a look at some of the detail that you have into there. Pretty dang cool. And remember, this is 1/72nd scale. That's pretty dang cool. Now when you put these two together, pretty much a click fit. So I'm not gonna really have to do anything filling on this at all, which is gonna make me pretty dang happy. Now when we get into the horizontal stabilizers, check out the detail you get into with here. That's pretty dang cool. All the other parts on here, pretty nice, no flash, a lot of detail to it. Pretty nice set. Very, very pleased with this. And you get into some smaller parts, but not anything that is going to be frustrating to put together. So, nice little bit of more detail into the seats. Everything is pretty impressive. Clear parts look pretty nice. You have the option for going into a closed canopy, open canopy. Got a little bit of extra glass parts here for some of the sights and everything. And then wanted to put these together first, is trying to see what the fit is like for the intakes, and it might take a little bit of work to get into there, but you probably won't even see some of that in the end. So I might have to be doing all sorts of extra effort for nothing, but I'm gonna fill that in. So not perfect and seamless, but pretty dang good. So these pieces then will kind of almost just click together like so. You put the cockpit in there, slides all together, super easy. Few more of the parts. So you have the horizontal stabilizers, I mean the vertical stabilizer is 2 parts into there, and it's got a lot of nice detail to that. It's pretty nice. Good detail with some of the racks, and yeah, the fuel tanks look nice. You have the left, right, and center line, and just see, there's another center line, I think. See how that works. I don't know. I'm not a real big aficionado of the F4. The nose cone is its own piece, so you don't have to do anything with that. The cockpit is pretty nice. I'm going to put in just some of the 3D decals for that, and it'll work out pretty well. So I'm pretty pleased with that set, where I don't even have to do any filing because it gives you a flat version of it for those sets. Or you can paint in and do the old standard if you want. But one of the cool things that I really was impressed about is this piece is you're going to be painting metallic, and it goes together completely separate, so you don't have to do any masking. That's pretty dang cool. 5 stars there. So this very much, if you know of a better kit out there in 72nd scale for an F4, let me know, but this sets the standard for it. The decals look pretty nice. I don't know who is making them, but they look pretty good. Now, of course, the F4, so this is going to be insane putting all these together, and it's going to be taking like a year to put all this on. That is going to be the scariest part of this whole build. But alright, so what do you guys think? Am I telling the truth when it comes to this? What are you guys' opinion when it comes to these hobby companies? Are some of them doing us a big disservice? Are they maybe frustrating some new hobbyists and sending people away? Let me know in the chat and we can discuss this further. As always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.